So we're driving the Mercedes EQC again. And one thing I already have to complain about is, listen, the quality. I don't know if it was minimum 71,000 euros. So, yeah, they could have done better. The big display in the front looks quite nice, looks quite modern, but the reflections of the sun are always reflecting the back of the steering wheel and the fingers and my shirt and my upper body, so I can see when I'm wearing a tie if it's straight or not. I don't need a mirror. On the bumpy road, let's see how the comfort is. Enough distance to the cyclist, and here we go. Actually, the comfort is quite good. Suspension is working a bit stiff, but not as stiff as it's in the Audi E-tron or the Jaguar I-Pace. Another thing to complain about is that here the cover of the speakers, you can see the reflection in the front window. It's not quite nice. They could have done better, especially when Mercedes says in their adverts, the best or nothing. But at last the comfort is good. The seats are quite comfortable, good for long range. The Mercedes has 408 HP, 760. Yes, I know. No, not you. This car is really listening to you all the time. And when you say Mercedes, it will give you a response and ask you, what the fucking hell do you want? The steering is quite good, but the steering wheel feels a bit numb. It's just like, yeah, wouldn't say PlayStation, but it's not quite far. I don't get much of a feedback from the steering wheel. There's also a setting where you can set between, let's see, individual, sport, comfort, and eco mode. We will go in comfort mode now. Oh no, let's go back to sport mode. Why not? So the throttle response is a bit more aggressive. 760 Newton meters of torque, 2 motors, one in the front, one in the rear. As far as I know, this car has asynchronous electric motors, which is a bit strange because asynchronous motors are known for just, the energy consumption is not as good as synchronous working motors. The weight of the car is 2,495 kilograms with an 80 kilowatt hour battery. Jaguar I-Pace has a 90 kilowatt hour battery and a weight of 2,208 kilograms. So I don't know where Mercedes is hiding the kilos. Yeah, it's listening again because I said Mercedes. No response now. And yeah, the Audi is quite over the top with a total weight of 2,545 kilograms with a 95 kilowatt hour battery, so at least it has more range than the Mercedes. Nothing. This is annoying. Unfortunately, I don't know how to shut it off. Never mind, we will handle it somehow. There's a good reason why other cars or normal cars have the speedo and everything else under the dashboard. When the sun shines in an unfortunate angle, the reflections will be quite strong. So I don't see why it's necessary to make a good improved thing actually worse just to attract nerd boys. You can speak louder. The people can hear you. You don't need to whisper. So at the moment we're using, we had an energy consumption of 20.5 kilowatts per hour. In the last 30 minutes we have been driving on the motorway with a speed of around about 110, 115. And the energy consumption was, and that's quite high, about 24, 25 kilowatts per hour. So you can calculate by yourself how far you can get with an 80 kilowatt hour battery pack and that energy consumption. You can charge the car with a maximum power of 110 kilowatts per hour. The Audi can take maximum 150 kilowatts per hour, and the Jaguar I-Pace 100 kilowatts per hour. So when it comes to fast charging, the Audi is on top. And second place is for the Mercedes. But the point is you have to find a fast charger, because usually at the motorways there are still lots of 50 kilowatts chargers. So in that case it wouldn't matter. There are also some flappy pedals. It's not for gear shifting because it's only, the car has only one gear. This is just to adjust the regen braking. Now I have the foot off the pedal and we're braking almost down to zero. The last kilometers per hour we will roll. So the regen braking is as good as you know from other cars. This is just only regen braking. Acceleration from 0 to 100 is 5.1 seconds. Jaguar I-Pace does it in officially 4.8 seconds. Also has been measured by some car magazines with 4.5 seconds. The Audi is the heaviest, and of course because of that the slowest. It does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.7 seconds. But the suspension is a bit more sporty, or feels a bit more sporty than the Mercedes is. So when it's about comfort, my first choice was the Mercedes. But because of the weight difference of round about 300 kilo, the Jaguar I-Pace is much more sporty, and it feels really a lot more agile. Mercedes starts with a sticker price of 71,200 something euros. The I-Pace has a sticker price of 77,300 euros, and the Audi E-tron, the Q55 with the 95 kilowatt hour battery, costs about 80,900 euro starting price. When you take options, the price will shoot right through the ceiling. I just played a bit with the I-Pace configuration, took the basic I-Pace and clicked on everything that's expensive and unnecessary, and at last the price was 41,000 euros more expensive than the basic. One thing that's more a fun fact than some news. The Mercedes has, this is quite typical for Mercedes, electric adjustable headrest. So you can pull your headrest, this is here, up and down electrically. And this is the most unnecessary feature I've ever seen in cars. What will is overland? What do you think about the car? Which one is your favorite? I-Pace or the EQC?
I don't like this one.
I really like the comfort in this car, but that's actually the end of it. The quality is not as good as expected. The range and it's working. The way it's working or driving as an electric vehicle is okay for me actually. They yes, they could have done more, but as an EV it's okay. Not the best by far, but it's okay, it's working for me. But when you calculate the price and take the basic car with, for example, 6,000 euros of price difference to the I-Pace, with actually round about the same engine power, for 6,000 euros you can drive this car for a couple of years. But the sports car driver inside of me will always choose the I-Pace, and it's actually more unique. In Germany, if you want to be unique, don't buy a Merc or an Audi, because they look like every car around the corner. So if you want something unique, in that case you have to choose the Jag. If you want something SUV-ish with still the heart of a sports car, then you have to choose the I-Pace. If you want to choose the best SUV at the moment, working as and the best EV of the three of them, then you have to choose the Audi. That's actually all about that. Now we have an average energy consumption of 20.5 kilowatts hours. So I guess, yeah, this should be the mix between motorway with a speed of 110 and country road and a bit of city road. So energy consumption is not too bad when you are not driving too fast. And talking about fast, this car is limited to a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour. So I guess that's it so far. If you have any questions about the car that I maybe didn't answer, don't be shy to ask. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and have a nice day.